Vol, Kazi, Brian, and Tanya, thank you for being here. And thank you to the people who showed up last stream during the charity event. And extra thank you to those who donated. Good evening. I have a couple different things planned for today. Okay. One of those is tuning a guitar. Good evening, Mai. You have a song? Okay. So what we're gonna do? That was the other thing. That was actually what I meant, not the guitar tuning thing. Rui, thank you for the 4-month resub. I appreciate the support and thank you for being here. So I'm gonna start off because it's pretty slow right now. There's only a few of you here. I'm going to just do the normal music thing. We're just gonna do some guitar stuff, but for later I have two other things planned. One, a breakdown of a song that you've heard quite a few times, and then we're going to do we're gonna take requests, but not to just play. We're gonna take requests for songs to listen to and break down. Soul Vibes, what's up? Nice to see you. I think we're gonna start for now with video game songs, and that's for a couple reasons. So Tanya, I don't know if I have a feeling the song isn't a video game song that you're thinking of, but maybe, I don't know. So we're gonna see what happens. Also, I'm gonna continue to try to adjust my left hand for the moment to experiment with a slightly different hand position. Not a game song, that's what I figured. It's okay. Okay. Because we're gonna do it again and it's short, it's gonna be... I'll play this song along with the other two that I usually sort of start the stream with. It's almost become an intro song, which may be a good idea. Especially because the first one is meant to be an intro, but just to a collection of music. So we'll see what happens. Hello, Asamiya. So it's that last song. This is the one I just did that I would like to look at. You like Kazi's emotes? I like it. It's nice to see something going on in chat while I'm playing. Whether it's people saying things to me, because I can read as I'm playing, or saying things to each other, or just, spamming some emotes. It's nice. Hey Trey, where she's feeling the music. So we're gonna talk about why this song sounds the way it does. It's for one, how does it sound? Like, what does it sound like, and why is more what it is. Alambradas, nice to see you. What's up? Sugar P Art, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you like the vibes. Hopefully you'll like the music too. I don't know if you heard the music actually being played. And thank you for the follow. So again, that'll be for a little later. I still would like, I don't know, I still get the impression that it's there still aren't the most people in the stream, if you know what I mean. So just some other stuff to start out slowly. You can do something darker. Yo, Nick, thank you for the 31-month resub. What's up? Also, I'm glad you like the video I put out yesterday. I have a TikTok version of it that I was thinking about doing. It's a TikTok guided meditation version. Have family here? Okay, gotcha. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, just some more music. Also, Kush, nice to see you. Give that a watch, but it wasn't up yet. Yeah, I did some stuff, and then I talked to a friend who had some ideas, and then I was going to talk to another friend today about some different ideas. So I'm going to try something different. I get sort of, I overthink things, and I can get sort of anxious about doing stuff. So put up a video. Yeah, I could do it, but I don't know. I'm still trying to figure everything. I'm still trying to figure things out. Like, really try to figure things out. Okay. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Something sad. I don't know if this is gonna be sad. For one, that's most of the stuff here. Like, melancholy is probably the best word to describe most of the music that gets played here. There's some quotes about it too, but this I don't think is sad, but maybe you'll think it's sad. Or maybe even if you don't think it's sad, you'll enjoy it. Pilot Boy, I'm glad you liked it. Thank you for sticking around, even when I didn't say, play something sad. Yeah, I'll do that, right? Sure. Mindfulness, what's up? How are you doing? Thanks for the hearts. And thanks for the claps. I'm still trying to, I'm actually trying to make my fingers a little flatter, which is strange for a few different reasons, but one of the things that this has an effect on is slurs. The one I'm particularly seeing a difference is descending slurs or pull-offs. The feeling of it and the sound too. Is different, so it's a little weird to control at the moment. It's like someone's changed the adjustments, someone's changed sensitivity and some different knobs, and hello, cheap Asian. All right, so yeah, I don't know if that was sad. I could see someone being like, yeah, that's a sad song. Jeez, 2,100 hours. It's crazy. 2/5 of my entire time streaming on Twitch. If you dare try to stack up to cheap Asian, try your best. Trying to quit smoking cigs? Just like in like a uncomfortable, sort of sad, slow, sluggish, depressed type way or something? Because I could also see something like... Any other sad song? Oh, I'm sure. It's like most of the stuff I do. I'm a sad song connoisseur, aficionado, expert. Again, typically things aren't just as simple as like, is it sad? You know. So like, this isn't going to be sad, but it's probably also not going to be happy. That makes sense. It's just. Whoops. Different song. Wait a second. Wait, what? What did I play? Hola, Fer. Weird. We're ready to try this again. piece? Like, was it sad? I don't think so. Was it happy? I don't think so. What's up, Lord of Chaos? We haven't done any Andrew York pieces, don't worry. And I'm sure we will. Start again. This is one that I know Vol thinks she finds this to be sad, but I'm curious what other people feel when they hear it. Just the harmony kind of makes days needed to master fingerstyle? It's a common question. Unfortunately, there's actually no answer for a few different reasons. Even if there was for one, it's like, how do you have to give your own definition of mastering. And then it's going to depend on each person, how much work they put in, how much time, how much focus, how well guided their efforts are, how much help they're receiving, what their natural sort of talent level is, previous experience, all sorts of things. I wish I could just give you like a number of days and have it be a short number of days too. In fact, you know, it would be great. We talked about this the other day. If it was like 5 minutes, you can master fingerstyle. Sunga Yoon efforts. So here's the advice I usually give. I'd shift your focus if possible. So instead of focusing on this goal that's like sort of hard to define of mastery, as sort of cliche as it sounds, I highly recommend shifting the focus to focusing on the process. And that somewhat paradoxically will actually help you get to whatever goal you're trying to achieve faster anyway. So yeah, if you phrase it as mastery as an illusion or something like that, that's another way to sort of put it. Yeah, that's more of what I was getting at with the first part of it. It's like, how do you even define it? There's never a point where you go like, yep, I just know this instrument now, there's nothing more to learn. And even if you go like playing a certain song, it's like, how well do you play? With what comfort level? What are you doing with it? How well do you understand it? It's more. It'd be nice if it was simpler, but that's just how it is. Oh, hello, Chris. What's up? Nice to see you. It has been a long time. Malik was in here the other day, and I mentioned you. What have you been up to? And every once in a while, Jess has popped in a few times. But yeah, Rishi 808. I would suggest, or I would recommend, just focusing on improving. You can still have your goals and stuff. You know, I'm gonna play like Sungha Jung. But yeah, and the more you do it, the more you'll see what we're talking about. But same thing happens with language. How long does it take to learn a language? It's like, well, to what level of proficiency? And even then, all the other factors I was talking about before that apply to learning an instrument apply to learning a language. Time, focus, effort, guidance, all that stuff. Packington's Pound. An anonymous English Renaissance tune. Yeah, if you're like me, I look up words in English all the time. Like, when am I ever gonna... Like, you can't know every word and every... So that's that's part of it too. Thanks for the claps. Salut, Tanguy. What's up? All right. I feel like the Doge dance emote actually fits along with that quite well. To keep up the English Renaissance, and more specifically John Dallin thing, we can do this too. Okay. quote is very true, which is why I said it. The world would fall apart if I ruled the world. Okay, something way different. Oh, nice, Tanya. I'm glad I can help bring back those memories. Let's not mess up the second note. Can this be in the breakdown list? There's a bunch of things we could do. I'm trying to think. My initial idea was to focus on video game music, but maybe we could open it up to whatever. Hey, thanks, Kazi. Yeah, this is I uploaded this a couple weeks ago on YouTube. You can hear a more refined version of it. Although there were some things I wanted to change, but small. But damn, Gribbly, thank you for the 43-month resub. Jeez, Louise. Gribbly, thank you for the support after all these years, the continued support. Jeez. I hope you're doing well. Favorite video game song to play? I'm not sure I have one. It's tough to say. Especially because they're on a couple different instruments too. It's difficult to say. You know what I should do? I need to re-record the Gerudo Valley stuff so I can do that again with this audio setup. I had these parts recorded and I literally can't do all the audio routing and stuff is different now. So that project wouldn't even work, but I have to and it's also probably best to just re-record it, but yeah, I've never been very good with picking favorites of almost anything. I feel like things are just different and they have pros and cons, and some it's easier for me to be like favorite for doing this or favorite in this situation, something more like that. It's really I just wouldn't know what to. I honestly struggle to answer those questions. But if you guys want to think of some stuff, because we're going to do it a little later, if you want to think of some stuff already, it seems like some of you have, in terms of songs you'd like to do. I mean, maybe, yeah, there's a few different things. I'm trying to, it's easy for me to get both overwhelmed and then just generally just like lost. I think ultimately anything would be okay. I'm trying to, again, just sort of stay. There's a couple things. What's nice about the video game stuff is that that's it combines two areas of passion for me. Like, I'm not passionate about jazz at all. I would have much less to say, and I have fewer emotional and experiential connections with jazz, if that makes sense. So part of this would be an attempt to do more with the video game side of things and connect it with music. That Chrono Cross medley, yeah. I love video game music. So, and other people do as well, so it might not be a bad idea to try to combine those two things. Okay. This is not video game music, but... Yeah, speaking of favorites, Chrono Cross sticks out to me as probably my favorite video game soundtrack. Yeah, Kush. Miguel's theme or Dario's theme, is definitely one of the best. We could do that. Galwix, welcome back, and thank you for the kind words. This thing again. I think if I change my how I'm I think the main focus has to be not even where I'm putting my fingers, just the fact that I want to spread these two fingers out as much as possible and like nothing else at this one moment. All the way through to here. Nothing but spread these out as much as possible. Hey, Sammy. Ever come from hours day of work on a gloomy, snowy Sunday and find out that your beloved cat has just passed away? Now I'm crying as I'm writing this. Life is something that needs to be permanent. Wish death wasn't an option. I'm sorry to hear that that happened. I haven't had that specific situation happen. It's tough to be, and it's tough to think about how things would be better, worse, and then just even things that aren't on the scale of necessarily like good or bad. If everything was permanent, it's tough to say. It's tough to say. It's certainly a thing that humans, seems like forever, have tried to make things permanent. There's a strong desire to do that in all sorts of ways. In a certain sense, it's as deep as our DNA, but also Pauk here. What's up? Coming in with the mango emotes. Coming in with the nodders. A new fan from Argentina. Bienvenidos. Agus Schechter. ¿Qué pasa? Okay, so that one was actually like pretty much perfect. Pone, thank you for the 18-month resub. What's up? We've had quite a few large streak resubs. Got some pics. As long as it's the cat living? I don't know, I'm just trying to think about the way it's framed. Does that make sense? Galwix, are you heading? Oh, so you said that was perfect to listen to before sleep time again. Have a great stream. Galwix, thank you for coming by again. I'm glad you enjoyed the music, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Hey, Paul. It's a pretty day outside. I didn't even see what it's like outside today. Yesterday was not pretty. Yesterday we got a tornado warning. Between tourney sets. Oh. That's right. Yeah, I got this alert on my phone. It was so loud. I had never heard it. This like crazy. It's like it was just crazy. I was like, tornado warning in Rhode Island? Like, what the hell? Since when? But it turned out to not be much of anything. Oh, Funky, you were here. Just you said something a few minutes ago. I forgot while I was playing. Put you in fight mode, yeah, which I think is the purpose, to like very deeply get you like just like that. As soon as you can, nice. And if you because the stream isn't always going, so that those social command things popped up. Maybe they're right here for you, unless you're on mobile, in which case they're. Nah, you started with a lowercase letter, so you're probably not on mobile. You can get more stuff when the stream isn't live. There. It would also help me out too. It would help me out. So, yeah. So, Chrono Cross. Yeah, there's even just that is like, whoa. So maybe we can talk about that in a bit. Thanks, Nuanda. It reminds me of a Legend of Mana song. Is it? Okay. So that might be a good one. Yeah, let's get rid of those dumb alerts. Why are you ruining my day just because other people's days are ruined? Jeez. Alright. More guitar stuff. Oh, speaking of sad songs. Oh, it's like whose music notes are those? Thanks for that claps. Should we try doing this? I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna try. I gotta start somewhere. I'll figure out what I'm doing as I go along. Okay. So, what I wanted to do is take a look at one of the songs that I play all the time on stream. It's from one of my favorite video games ever, Chrono Trigger. The song is called Peaceful Days. It's one of the first songs you hear. It's the overworld music for part of the map. So for those who don't know the game, you time travel. You're in the same place, but you time travel. So you're sort of starting out your the time where you're from. This is the overworld music for most of the map. It switches to something else that has a different feel to it, but so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pull up a video of the game, and maybe we can Chrono Trigger. Yeah. Is that like? Are you asking about what Chrono Trigger is, or were you? I'm actually a little confused. So let's see if we do. Well, I'm actually wondering. And I wonder. trying to see if there's... Man, how can I get gameplay of just used to game a lot of RPGs. Nice. Okay, yeah, then you're definitely familiar. Of just playing around with songs where you'd hear that. Actually, I have an idea. Okay, let's see if I can do this. No. One moment. Filter. Type. Channel. No, that doesn't help either. I got another idea. God damn it. Does anybody have any suggestions on how you'd type? Delete. Damn it. Now you're in a whole new world. Wait, what? I'm gonna look for it this way. What the hell? That's oh, okay. I actually know why that's happening. God damn it. All right. Oh, this is such a pain in the butt. I have a way to do this, but it keeps just taking even longer. Jeez. All right. Show more. Oh, does he sleep? Oh, that's what I did it. Okay. Let me go through here. Blah, 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 blah. Secret of the Forest. Peaceful days. All right. So this will show where the what you're seeing in the game when the music is going on. All right. So let me just... Does that pop up right? Cool. It does. Now, what might be good is actually just listening to the original version. So let's listen to the original. So, Chrono Trigger. Let's go from the beginning. So you guys will recognize this. And it repeats over. Okay, so for one, if any of you have any ideas of how it, well, I'm curious to know how it makes you feel or what it makes you think of, if anything. Maybe you're just like, I don't know, it's a bunch of sound that just hit my face. But I'm curious, so I'm going to point out some things. Okay, so it makes you want to go on an adventure. There's something sort of awakening about it. So if we do so even just in the beginning we have we're in B major. Now we have these chords B, E, and then A. And on this A major chord, especially because it goes, for me that gives this sense of wonder because A major is not in this key. So at that point I'm like, huh? What would it be? Tina, listen, Tina, dude. I'm playing the game, and chat. Okay, that's my XQC impression right there. Just doesn't even have to be a full sentence. Just a bunch of listens and dudes. What's up, Tina? A sense of awakening and joy, carefree youth. Yeah, I get that. So another thing that's important is the actual like chord progression that's happening. The chords are B, B. Let me see actually. B, G sharp minor, C sharp minor, F sharp. And this progression of 1, 6, 2, 5. It's something that in a lot of different music, and I think it helps add this sense of sort of comfort and calm to whatever you do. It's not exactly the same because that would be. But if you just hear this, it's a. So you get that helps too. There's also the instrumentation. It starts out with these really high notes. It's really light and bright. We have. There's this like bouncing thing in the bottom. I'm trying to replicate the echo, but the accompaniment, everything's light. There's like a flute-like sound. There's some bell-like sounds. Going to sleep now. Good night. Take care. So it's just this. And then it picks up. There's also the rhythm of the melody. So this dotted rhythm. Bum, ba-dum, dim, dum, dim, dim, dim. There's something playful about that. There's strings being sustained on the bottom to accompaniment. There's more of this. We've used the term sound blanket. This warm sound to it. Just a lot of things being sustained and sort of leaking out and overing each other. There's this weaving going on. Still with the other stuff from before, there's still that plucked sort of echo instrument sound. There's like this playfulness, there's ease to it, there's some brightness to it. There's also some comfort with the strings and everything, so you're like, ah, yes, I'm at home. How you supposed? Oh, because I'll just ask you, but it's just not like most song request streams on Twitch are like song request streams. So you do like exclamation, you like look at a song list. You use a command to bring it up and stuff like that, but that's not what's going on here. Okay, so if we go back here. So even the melody is really pretty simple. There's something you could almost say like that's something that could be similar to folk music or pop music or something like that, where it's just nothing really complicated. So if I do it without making a mistake. That's pretty simple. And the only thing that changes is the harmony. One of the chords changes at the very end. So it goes a simplified version. And so that's the only difference. One of the chords changes. Make it tell the hi-fi stuff. Yeah, go for it. This is I stream in stereo. Like I broadcast things out in stereo sound. So, whoops, not that. That would be different. And this change makes it there's something. It goes from being pretty bright to there's maybe a little more tension, a little something else. Perhaps a foreshadowing of some tension to come in the game, because there obviously will be. As it gets darker here. So this whole thing, this becomes darker. And this change here with the melody going up. Later. I did that last time. And then again, in this same way it's been doing, it does something similar but makes some change. So there's some variation to it, and it's also going to lead us back to where we started. So again, that's damn it, and just to make us feel like we're even more back at home, it repeats that. But there's some other things that are going on that weren't present in this simplified version. There's more the arranging that's going on here. If we listen to this part that comes up, we're gonna, because it sounds like it just exactly repeats. It sounds like the song repeats over, but it doesn't. Something changes when it goes back to the beginning. Let's see if you can tell what changes. Now we're actually This is where it actually repeats. This is not an exact repeat of what we just heard. It almost sounds like the melody is the same, the harmony is the same, but perhaps the dancing emotes in chat are an indicator of one of the things that's big that's changed. One of the things is that instead of having a sort of more straightforward and steady and sort of calm accompaniment, it starts going. One dun 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 dun. Can you hear the difference? Ready? So yeah, jumpy or something. Dun 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 dun. It'd be similar to what makes you feel like you want to bounce with when something's when you hear a waltz. So that's instead of doing this 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. It's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So that sort of effect makes you go like, oh yeah, I want to like get up and move a bit. Like it just has that effect. A heavy downbeat and then these uplifting parts. But this one is. I should keep it up here. And just a little thing, the heavier you can make this, the more contrast you can make, the heavier you make this, and the lighter you make these. Whoops. The more of an effect it's going to have, as opposed to like. There's some instrumentation things that change what you call the texture. There's a few different things that word can be used for in music. But essentially the number of things that you're hearing, the number of instruments and stuff increases. So here, if we just go. Or if let's listen to the same parts. So here's the first time around. So just listening to the melody there, it was just a flute. It was actually like. The second time around, do you hear how that changes? Ready? So now we're getting the melody with a bunch of strings, and it's much more intense and like more piercing too. And so that sort of adds the increase in tension the second time through hearing this. There's some other things too. So what we just heard, there was like strings going like doing this really simple. There are strings doing this really simple accompaniment. There was the flute doing the melody. There was this, whatever this plucked sounding instrument is. We're talking about Super Nintendo music, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly what the instruments are supposed to be, if they are specifically supposed to be anything. But and that's like kind of it. When we get to this thing the second time around, the instrumentation changes, but there's also like another. The flute is still there. It's not playing the melody anymore, but it does something else, which is cool. It goes bum ba da dim dum 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 dum. And that little tagline, that response to what we just heard, because we just heard the melody in the strings. But at one point the flute goes. If we separate them, this isn't, we'll make the bottom one the flutes. With the flute thing in the bottom. See if you can hear that. And then it goes. Sorry. Oh, it actually goes. So the flute's being held from before. We'll do it from here. Oh no, it does this. It's what the flute does. Ready? And it has others. Again, it's up here. So it has all these things going on at the same time, which just changes the texture and just adds some more complexity, but not for complexity's sake. It just sort of adds tension and maybe a little drama or something like that, so a little more excitement. That one's really clear. Boom, dum, 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 dum. At the end, that tagline is. Those things are not present the first time around. Oh, it like almost does it. It goes. It does something different there the first time around. So if we now look at what's happening in the game and actually see what the music is trying to accompany, this might give sort of a better idea of what's happening. So if we do this, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it in a different key because it's just easier on the guitar to do it in C instead of B major. So if we go, and it's usually not this. It doesn't lag like this in the actual game. So you can sort of get a general idea here. There are these birds flying around. Everyone's all nice. Everything is actually peaceful. These are actually peaceful days. These are actually peaceful days in the context of this game, where the other things around you, when you go to different time periods, it doesn't look like that. It's not as sunny. There's not as much. It's not as green. There isn't as much grass. There's a lot of issues going on with the people, like the people who went into those houses and stuff. Everything's like pretty much okay. All the drama and everything, all the non-peaceful areas are in different time zones for the most part. So the person who wrote this, wrote the music for this, Yasunori Mitsuda, is, I'm sure, aware of these things and doing this on purpose to give you a particular feel when you're playing the game. So that it doesn't just sound good, which it seems to sound good. I really like it. Other people seem to really like it. But also that it's not just good, it's that it's also appropriate for what's happening in the game, which is another level of sort of composition that you need to think about. We've talked about that quite a bit. About instead of thinking about right and wrong or good and bad, it's more like, what are you trying to achieve? What effect are you trying to have? And are your decisions leading you to achieve what you want? Is it having the desired effect? And that's how you can guide. That's how you can guide your compositions. And even just your playing in general, even if you have the same notes and everything, that's part of what interpreting a piece of music is about. I'm trying to think about other stuff. I mean, there's like obviously other things in the song, but I'm trying to think about what else we could add to it. Play blood theme? I don't know what that is. Okay, so if we listen to it again with all that in mind. Oh, I guess there was Fair, you said at one point that's my favorite part of the song. It's when this happened. But there's the first and most dramatic shift of mood that we see in the piece. That's what happens there. We go from everything feeling pretty bright in a major key. So even though there are some minor chords, there are just as many minor chords as there are major chords when you do this. So if you were to go let's try this again. If we go that'll still just major, minor, minor, major. So 2 and 2. 2 major, 2 minor. But if we do this, one of the main differences is that now everything feels like it's centered around this, as opposed to being centered around this. So that's a change that takes place. It elicits a response in you. There's also this, which can be, this in and of itself can be kind of comfy. If we do this as the... That's what happens in terms of the harmony, and maybe even better to focus on is just this. There's something dark about it, but not as tense as it could be. So if we were in G sharp minor, we would expect to hear this. Ready? So we'd hear this chord. Which has more, it's totally fine. It just has more sort of strength and tension and direction to it. As opposed to there still seems like there's something distant. There's some sort of longing or something present in there where this is just a little, it's more strength. We hear this in other video game songs, and it brings, it can bring some similar feeling. So like, that'd be the part of the ending music of Link to the Past, A Link to the Past. There's no leading tone in this chord. That's another place it can be used, and it fits in the same way there too. Longing, thinking about memories of your old friend, Puff the Magic Dragon. I always feel very sad when you hear about the dragon. Yeah, it's interesting because we know dragons aren't real and stuff, but humans have a good ability to connect with anything that seems to share a pattern. So like we're able to, it's partly why Disney movies work. You know, a lot of them are just like animals. We end up being connected to these things that are obviously absurd. Like, talking animals. Yet a classic, one of the most iconic sad movie scenes is from, it's of an animal dying. A talking animal. An animated talking animal. Even if it was a person, the thing's animated. James Earl Jones. It's Darth Vader. And we're still just like, no! Poor James Earl Jones. What are we doing? We're talking about some music and why it sounds the way it does. And why it's so good. Why is this song so good? That song being Peaceful Days from Chrono Trigger. So. If we actually do this, We could play the same melody. This is a little different, but if we still just do Puff the Magic Dragon again, we get another example of how the same melody and everything, we can change the context and get a different feel from it. As opposed to and that was something that we mentioned happened in the song we were just looking at. It goes. That could have just been the same. It could have just been. But it's not quite the same as doing this. This already sets us up partly for this change in mood. We could have just not even done that. Grab bag. Hello. Well, we're gonna see what happens. I'm still trying to figure out how to structure everything, but there seem to be quite a few people with requests for stuff to do. So I'm trying to finish off, sort of do as many things as I can do with this song, and then sort of go on. But there was this. If we went, so we could go. If we just do this again. We could even. So that was only major chords. I only used 3 chords, and it sounds pretty flat, and we don't have that range of emotions and moods and stuff that happens when we move away from things. One of the things I didn't mention in terms of the harmony that Soul Vibes actually mentioned was she said it sounds like it changes the key at one point, and although it doesn't quite change the key how we would in the way we would normally talk about it, we get a special type of chord that I feel like everyone's aware of, whether they know the name of it or not, or whether they even know that they're aware of it. So that's if we do this. It happens a few times, but although we should actually. How. So again, if we go. I think it was an A major. So A major is not, we mentioned this at the beginning of the song. A major is not in the key of B major. But in that situation it was that was the chord that gave us that sense of like wonder and adventure and looking out. Here it does something a little different. We could just go. We had been doing this the whole time. B major, G sharp minor, C sharp minor, F sharp. But now, instead of going B, G sharp minor, it goes B, G sharp major, C sharp minor, and then yeah, that was G sharp. Yeah, then it goes back to the 2-5-1, 2-5. It sounded like it in B. It sounded C. You can tell a note if you play. I mean, if you can tell. I mean, I guess it's impossible to truly test at the moment because we all have references. But if I go like, I guess that's too easy. That's too easy. Everyone's gonna know what that is. Not everyone, but. Or maybe I could do this. That's dude. It's a D sharp or E flat. Yeah, it's that would get off on a whole. That's a whole different topic. What was I gonna do? I was gonna take note of something. 1 second while I do this. It's 8/11/14. Okay. McCoy Tyner. I haven't listened to that much of his stuff. One of my friends really was like obsessed with him for a while. I know like super basic sort of simple things about. I don't have much experience with his music. I know he really liked like chordal harmony and how that like, but type of sound. To the Soul series, I not really. The only Dark Souls I've ever played all the way through is Dark Souls 3. But there is Elden Ring. Is it the new game? It looks pretty sweet. Oh, I need to mark something else down. Let's see. Okay, let's. What does that sound? Yeah. So that's fourths, and then let's like. So there was another song that someone suggested. And we can, I mean, maybe going forward with this stuff, we can do it on a subscription / donation / cheering basis. I mean, if people want these songs, it takes a long time to do each one. And so we, for one, not only, I wasn't even thinking in terms of like, hey, haha, you know, it'd be nice to get paid for stuff. It's almost a way to regulate things so that, because if not, it's going to be like a bunch of people that's like, do this one. It's like, well, how do I decide? That's how. Oscar Peterson, I don't know any. I'm not a jazz musician. Which doesn't mean I've never played or listened to jazz or done it. It's just not my forte. Medeski, Martin, and Wood. I don't know. I'm not familiar, so I can't say. All right, so what we can do here, and I realize I should have had the keyboard thing up. I should have had this up the whole time so people could see what was being played. We could try Dario's theme or Miguel's theme from Chrono Cross. That we did earlier too. Can I play this technique? I'm not even gonna I don't know. It's a kind of a weird question. I don't know if I'm just... you're right. I didn't click, but I hovered over it, and I can see the thumbnail that pops up. I didn't want to do it anyway. I don't want to play fast piano for you to. Um, I don't feel like trying to impress you. So, keeping, yeah, no, you can keep you can keep the money. You can also, I don't know, just leave. Go bother someone else, ruin someone else's day. All right. I censor. Yeah, I ban him from the channel. I have no, that person is going to bring nothing good. He'll add nothing. So I've been doing this for what motivates the band. It could be a few different things. I've been streaming for 4 years now. 5,000 hours live. I have learned what's good to have around and what's not. So I could change the title, although even then that wasn't even a song. He wasn't even talking about it. It was just like a technique, which is just, although as we know, commands and titles and stuff like this, all that stuff, people don't even listen anyway, so. He showed some ripping pianist. No, I know, I saw. But even regardless of, so it's like, can you play this technique on stream? Even if I can, it's like, it's just not what I want to do. For on multiple levels. Not a lot of other things, like what we've been doing, like listening to and breaking down and analyzing songs. And I like improvising, and I improvise all the time, and I like singing and playing guitar, playing piano, all sorts of stuff. But I don't like someone to try to give me a cheap, superficial challenge to impress them in a really shallow way, as if I'm on, America's Got Talent or something, where if you play something, as long as you just play it as fast as possible, you'll impress people whose respect I'm not looking to gain. And you can break down pop music. It may not be the same. It may not go crazy with like the harmony, but there are things to. It'd probably be more on like the production side of stuff, or maybe looking at the words, but. Yeah, if you want to see some of the things I've done, there's quite, including improvisations and stuff. You can check out my YouTube channel, and you will see. You can't break down on that? I don't know what that means. Okay. All right, so if we go, okay, so Dario's theme. This is by the same composer, Yasunori Mitsuda. Okay. Okay. Dario's theme. Where do you hear it in the game? You hear it a few different places. We should actually get the actual song, so 1 second. It's called what's the actual name? Oh, Prisoners of Fate. Okay, so this song, Prisoners of Fate, by Yasunori Mitsuda. All right, Prisoners of Fate, Yasunori Mitsuda. We see it in a few different places, but the two main ones, or maybe the one that sticks out the most, is this boss battle with Dario. It's interesting because, so here's the context of it. This person used to be, I mean, there's a bunch of characters, and you all end up kind of being part of a team fighting for a pretty similar goal. And Dario is a longtime friend of some of the people, but has been overcome by the evil of this weapon. Talk to him. Okay. Also, 2 is with, it's TOO, but I'm trying very hard to do a few things. One is try to do something which I think brings value to people, regardless of the fact that it's not what most people want. I'm trying to do something that's different and unique that no one else on the platform is doing. Literally no one. I'm also trying very hard to not say some nasty things to people when they behave in a way that I perceive as being totally rude and inappropriate and just bad overall. But boy, is it obnoxious, to say the least. It's a little tough because, especially to ignore when the vast majority of what I was just looking at were those people. So that's all I see. I'm trying to do something new and different and something I'm not comfortable with and I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing and figure my way out through this. It's not helpful at all. So part of why I wanted to do this, because I wanted to take part of the stream and, edit stuff. It also doesn't help that there's all sorts of sounds around me. Edit this stuff and like put it on YouTube in an organized way, but that's probably a bad idea right now because from looking at recordings of myself right now, I know my energy level is super low and I just like don't look very happy, so it's probably not best to make a video based on how I feel right now. So maybe I'll actually just go back to just playing music where my face doesn't matter too much and my tone doesn't matter too much. I honestly don't even really feel like playing music. Fair, thank you for the 9-month resub. Thank you for helping out in the streams in general. Frankie, thank you for the 10-month resub. It may not sound like it, but it's nice to see you. It may not be a good idea to keep streaming today, so perhaps I should just find someone to raid and try again tomorrow. I try my best. If anyone wants to help change the percentage of good to bad people in the stream, if you oh, Vol, I just read your message. Yeah, that person left too, so yeah, those 3 people were worthless. But if you guys look, my entire chat for like minutes and the whole thing was just filled up with those people, and they all left. It was just filled with just trash people. Just like super selfish and demanding and like uninformed at the same time, just incredibly rude. But that was like all I saw for an extended period of time. If you guys want to help change that, being here helps it, and if you guys speak up, I see more of you than them, which helps. If you also am putting stuff out on different social media platforms, if you help share that, it'll help out. I'm trying to do my best to talk with some people and figure out some new things to try to improve all of that, which was part of what I was trying to do today. Yeah, but it's just the way that people go about it too. You talk too much, I'm leaving. It's like, you could have just left. But there's like this need to like, I must let this person know that I don't like them. That what they're doing is deeply wrong. Yeah, it's aiming to, it's like, great, because I already don't feel like, as you guys know, I already don't feel like shitty enough about my situation in life. It's like, yo, I don't need people in what I would hope to be like the one thing I have in life, which is streaming. It's like, I'd like that to not be a place where just like people bring more pain into it. It's like, I'd really appreciate it. I didn't do anything wrong. I'd like to not be I'd like to not be treated that way. It'd be nice. Yeah, and I could tell Vol, because it was like this person who was like, I have perfect pitch and stuff, but I can't name the notes and stuff, and it was just like, let me tell you what I know. Do this, do that. I have nothing to offer you, but it's just like, okay, you're what a waste of space. Trying to dominate, control, grab attention, all this stuff. And although it's ultimately up to me, just like everything combined just ruined things for everybody. Hello, Steven. I'm about to head out. Yeah, I want to keep trying to do this stuff, but it's really difficult. I'm not exactly sure. I'm struggling to do this. Like, I just did a thing, it was like an hour, and the thing can't be an hour. I played things wrong. I said wrong things. Everything was all mixed up. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I need help with editing this stuff. That was the lick. Yeah, I'm just hoping that's the nature of this. I like to get to a place where I can tolerate it, but at the moment I can't. It just ruins. I'm just there's too many other things that just like. Yeah, I don't really feel like talking about it. It's not gonna make anything better. I'm glad, Kush. I wish there were more people like you here, and the people who are still here now. But unfortunately, this stuff drives people away. Yeah. I'm just trying. I don't know. I'm just trying to. That's just how it is. Thanks, Brian. And thank you, Frat. I appreciate if I need to if I need to say it, then I will. I appreciate the people who have been supporting, and I think because you continue to support, you understand where I'm coming from, at least to a certain degree. No one has all the information. And it's well, I definitely did get discouraged. Again, negative messages, feeling uncomfortable, messages that are, whether they knew it or not, was actually the intention was to sort of discourage. There's things like, and again, while I'm looking at all sorts of other stuff, it's like over the course of the stream, it's like lower viewer count doing this stuff. I know it's different. You know, sub count dropped by like 20 subs over the course of the stream, despite the people resubbing. So it's like, yeah, they definitely don't expect it, and it's like, I get it. It'd be nice if people just didn't try to shame me or guilt trip me for doing something that's different from what other people are doing. It's a little bizarre. They border, like, they're almost like offended. You're talking and not playing music. That, like, what the hell is wrong? I'm out of here. How dare you do this to me, even though I've offered you nothing. The view count's going down even more. I'm gonna head out. I don't know if I have the energy to raid anyone. I don't because either I'd have to raid the person and not say anything and they'd feel ignored, or I'd have to, I don't even feel like lying in text form hey, how's the stream, whatever, how are you doing? It's like, I don't feel like answering that question right now. Hig. Oh, thank you for the heart. So, I'm just going to end. I'll be back tomorrow at 6 Eastern Standard Time, which reminds me I got to change the commands and stuff to Eastern Standard Time, not Eastern Daylight Time. And we'll try again and see how things go. Hello, little Roxy dog. For the new people, if you haven't already followed, make sure to follow to know when I'll be back. If you follow on different social media platforms, you'll also get notifications and other content that I've been putting on there. It would help me out a bunch too. Again, to fight off the negative people and also to just help support me so I can continue to bring this content or really actually do more of it. Because the more encouragement and positive response I see towards this stuff, the more motivating it's going to be, and also it'll also help direct what's working and what's not working. It'll also help me get the hell out of this place so I can have a clear mind and also not have distractions of sound, which doesn't help anything. Good night. I live in the Northeast United States, so it's not nighttime for me, but it kind of is for you. Frankie, I saw your message. I was reading your message. I'm like, not. Yeah, I don't know. I should head out. Yeah. Eastern Standard Time now, so it's 5:44 p.m. Yeah, that's another thing that doesn't help me either. It's just a general it just lowers my energy and mood levels even more when daylight savings ends. So, all right. Okay. Yo. Valiant. I don't respond to things on social media very much. Other people's things, for one, it can be sort of anxiety inducing. I also don't, I rarely even ever actually click a like button. I don't know, because then I feel like I have to like everything, and then if I don't do, but I see what you've been talking about in terms of your situation, and it sounds like you're going through some rough stuff, which is unfortunate. I'm not even really sure what to say, even if I was someone who is really active in terms of responding to people. Vol, thank you for giving that sub to Soul Vibes. What I can say is that it's nice to see you here. Also, for the brief time I was actually focusing on speedrunning, you were one of my main sort of inspirations and someone who I thought was like way underrated. I actually, even though we were running on different consoles, I remember watching your, at the time, No I Am Wrong Warp world record and run and try to like model things after what you do, even though I was running on VC, but and I was like, dang, how come more people, like, what the heck, like, how Why was this guy difficult to find? Why isn't he like more popular in the community? Life is weird. It's cool to hear you there. Yeah, no problem. It's the truth. So. Try to do the same, yeah. I just don't, I get this feeling, and it may not be actually accurate, but it's at least the way I feel, is that like, if I start liking things and responding to stuff, then it's like, when I don't respond to someone else, or don't say something, then it's like, me a sign that I actually don't like that person or didn't like that thing. Because I literally did not like it. And it's like, I'd rather just keep that as like almost the norm. Like, I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's at least the way I frame it, where it's like, no one can be like, hey, you didn't like this thing I did. It's like, yeah, I also didn't like everything else. I didn't quite like, don't take it as an insult. This is the way I'm just not going around like, saw this, like, so. Like, why wouldn't I like every single tweet? If that was the case. Like, why wouldn't I do that? Every time anyone says anything. Unless it's like, you shouldn't have said that. Like what would I, like... You feel the same about the likes? Yeah, and there's people who approach it a completely different way. Also, hey, little Roxy dog. And hello, Selter. I've been on for a while, yeah. Live shows, concert somewhere? Not at the moment. I've been trying to focus... I've been trying to focus everything online. And even that's clearly more than I can handle at the moment. So... But yeah, thank you, Fair. Again, guys, if you know, speaking of, it's in the fjords of Norway. Well, thank you, Trollauknir. I'm not sure if I said that right. Probably not. I'd almost prefer to not have to interact with any sort of social media, anything. But unfortunately, there's going to be no other way to grow the channel and make a living doing any of this if I don't. It's just not an option for me to neglect it. So that's the difficult part, is I literally don't have a choice. If I streamed and it was just like I was just growing through streaming, becoming really big and stuff, and was able to support myself like that, I probably would just do that and maybe like a couple other things. But it literally just, you know, it's been 4 years. Insanely consistent, and it's just not happening. I really don't have a choice. So, unfortunately, I have to ask for support. You know, I gotta ask for money, essentially. I gotta ask for subs, and donations, and bits. I gotta ask for people to share stuff. I gotta ask for people to like things. I gotta ask for people to view things. I promise you, I wish I didn't. Hopefully you can tell by how awkward I am, even saying it. Maybe one day we can get to a place where I can just go, hey, this new thing's out, or I just stream and people just subscribe and you go like, oh, thanks. I appreciate it. You don't have to. Valiant, dude, thank you for the subscription. The tier 1. The original. The grass-fed Farm to Twitch chat tier 1 sub. I do appreciate it. And thank you for popping in and saying hey. And Kush, thank you for gifting that sub to Troll. Troll, I appreciate the support, the words of support. Bro, how's okay. Also, is that a ping pong ball sound sampled? Sounds like it. Alright, I feel lost when I don't do the ending song and raid someone, but again, I just don't quite feel... I don't quite feel right. So, yeah, I'm gonna head out, and hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow, not sometime soon. And, yeah, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the support. Take care, everybody.